Hey ladies, how's it going? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm super excited to be here. I think I might need to flip my phone. Not super sure. Gave me a little message, so I'm gonna do this. Maybe this will be better. I'm sorry if it's shaky, I apologize in advance. So I'm so excited to be here with you ladies today for Team Warrior Women Coach Sneak Peek. It has been so fun watching all of the ladies talk today and having everybody give support, and it's just been really great to watch. So thank you so much everybody for participating, and thank you so much for the opportunity to do this, Jenny. It's been so awesome. So I'm actually going to start with a little bit of my personal background, because my personal background has a huge impact on my coaching style right now, which is going to be what I talk with you all about. So if you had a chance to watch the video that Jenny posted earlier in the week, I mentioned, that I have been through a journey as far as with my health and wellness for quite some time. I've, lost probably 50 pounds over the years, and, did not come from a healthy background at all. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit more about that, just to give you, like I said, a little bit of a background into my personal slow and steady journey. So, growing up physically unhealthy, nutritionally unhealthy, didn't, played softball and was physically active a little bit that way, but wasn't, active as on a regular basis by any means, and didn't really practice sound nutrition at all. I didn't know what that was. And more importantly, I had no clue who I was. I never felt like myself when I was growing up. I always felt like I was in a different body, and like I never felt confident, and it was just, emotionally, it was definitely one of those things that you kind of, I'm sure everybody goes through in their teens, the teens, but it really impacted me as far as figuring out who I was, because when I started to indulge in this personal development and my own health and wellness, I really figured out who I was. So that's a big piece of it for me. So, fast forward to 2007, I am on, a journey of a different kind, because I had just graduated from my undergraduate degree and was trying to figure out what to do next. I had lost 10 pounds just by working at FedEx Ground. I don't know if anybody else has worked at any kind of, factory or really physically demanding job like that, but without changing any of my lifestyle habits. I was still a smoker. I smoked a pack plus a day, drank 7 days a week, fast food on the regular, soda on the regular, and I still, managed to lose some weight. So when I graduated, I realized that I quit there and I needed to make some lifestyle changes. So I drastically just became a vegetarian and started working out at the gym, got a trainer, because I knew I needed some support. I knew I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So with that, I, made a little bit of progress here and there, was still smoking, was still not eating super soundly. I did cut fast food out, because being a vegetarian, that wasn't, really an option at that point. So I, did that for 6-7 months, and a friend I was working out with said, hey, we're doing this 5K in my hometown. We organize it. It's a Memorial 5K for my sister. Do you want to do it? And I was like, girl, I have never run 3 miles in my life. The most I've ever ran is like 1 mile in high school, right? But I will absolutely come support you. I'd been, working out, like I said, for 6-7 months at this point, and I was confident that I could at least move my body 3 miles. So 5K day comes. And long story short, I ran the whole thing. Like, mind blown. I had no freaking clue I could do that. And it really just set this whole wheel spinning for me of like, what else can I do? What else can I achieve that I had no clue? I'd never even trained for a 5K, and I thought, God, what if I could actually put some energy and effort into and intentionally grow myself? What could I do? So from that point, I quit smoking. I started training for 5Ks and 10Ks and triathlons and duathlons and half marathons and some bigger events, and found yoga in that time and took my yoga teacher training, and also started practicing jujitsu and did self-defense, jujitsu for a while, and I'm a blue belt in that and still practice that. And found Beachbody, and so that has been my slow and steady journey, ladies. It has been, the past 2 years being on Beachbody, Team Beach Warrior Women, and with Beachbody, I have grown immensely with all this personal development and intentional growth. But as far as my, physical health journey, it's really been, and really all of it, I guess, the mind, body, spirit journey has been a slow and steady progress for me. My background and my schooling and counseling and social work really helped a lot to bring the pieces of the mental, the mind part of it together, because that's something I really focus on with my coaching, is the whole you, the mind, body, spirit piece of it. So that's just some background about me. And the most important thing is that I'm feeling more like myself more than ever. And I continue to feel more like myself the more that I engage in things like warrior women and in personal development and yoga and things that interest me. So, and I think that's really what we're striving for. And that is what, when I engage my Practice Makes Progress community, that is what I really emphasize, is that, you need to figure out what's going to work for you. And we're really going for long-term sustainability, and we're to feel better than you did the day before. That's always the goal, is to try to just grow and grow. And it doesn't mean that you always have better days and that you just have continuously growing sparkly days, but it means that, on the days that you have downfalls, that that there are going to be bright sides to them. So that is a little bit about my background and where my coaching style comes from. And with being a newer coach, I still feel like I'm a pretty newer coach, because I've been super slow and steady to engage coaching. This is my MO with life, y'all. Slow and steady to sustainable. But I encourage you ladies, if you are considering, doing this coaching thing, or even as a challenger, to do some self-reflection on where you came from, what your experiences are. It's not going to be pretty always. Sometimes it will be fun to remember and to see how that has, past experiences have shaped you. But it is a really critical part of being a coach. It's, all of the women have talked about how we're all so different. And that's one of the really wonderful things about warrior women, is that we are all so different. We embrace that in each other. But it's, when you don't have that reflection for yourself, it's really hard to show up as your true self for the other women who need you to be your true self, because they need that mentor and they need that role modeling as well. So that's something, with all of this coaching stuff, knowing who you are and really honoring that and showing up as that. And, as far as even engaging this coaching stuff, like I mentioned, y'all, I have been so slow and steady with this. And these women, I'm a crier. I can't believe I haven't cried yet. These women have been so patient with me. I have been, I worked outside of the home forever, until COVID hit. I just, had to leave my job unexpectedly. But, so as far as engaging coaching, my time has been limited, but even my, engaging with the women has been a slow and steady process, because that's how I roll. And they've been so, accepting of it and understanding, and it's just such a really great group of women to be a part of. So, dang, girl. Okay. So something else, the last thing I want to close on, if I can get my shit together, I'm a cusser too. The last thing I want to close on is the thought of, okay, so I was thinking about, God, should I mention this? Is this silly? But I feel like we're kind of like an island, the island of misfit toys. And I say that in the most endearing and sweet way, because, the other coaches have mentioned, saying they were always told they were different or had a hard time fitting in, or I'm like, girl, I feel that is me. My whole life I've been told I'm different, and it's just so nice to find a group of women that embrace that in each other, and we really bring that out in each other. And that's why it's just so cool, because we're different in different ways. We're all different, but we're not different in the same way. We're different in different ways, and we embrace it in each other, and it's just really great. So if that's something that is vibing with you, there's a good chance that you are in the right spot. And I really want to close with a reading, and I wasn't planning on having to hold my phone, so I'm really sorry if this is shaky, and I would like to read this about from my favorite book ever, but just about the realness and the authenticity of what the warrior women are and how we show up. So on being real. Real comes from the center of our unique essence and speaks to the moment from that center. Real has a boldness to it, an essence, a spontaneity. Real asks us to live from a place where there is nothing to defend and nothing to manage. It is a contact with the moment that is not superimposed or prepackaged. So if that resonates with you, we are not superimposed. Warrior Women, we are not prepackaged. Come as you are, because we're here for you. So if that's resonating with you, if that's your vibe, if this is interesting to you, please, please, please hop on board. Thank you so much, ladies, for letting me have your screen time for a little bit and for letting me shed some tears. I hope you all have a really great rest of your day, and I hope to see you all online soon. Okay, bye.